Hi, I'll be going over the 6th grade worksheet for lesson 7. So for here I'll be explaining each property. So commutative. The commutative property is basically when you have two numbers and you add them together, and on the other side you just like switch the order of the numbers. So you go from 4 plus 3 to 3 plus 4. You just switch the order on the other side. The associative property is basically when you have like three numbers like this, you have 5 plus 3 plus 4, and then 5 plus 3 plus 4. But notice that there's a difference in the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, it's 5 plus 3, and here it's 3 plus 4. So if like the parentheses just swap places like that, then it's the associative property. So you just have to like notice for like the parentheses to change. The identity property is basically if you have like for your 4 times 1 equals 4. As long as the 4 equals 4 still on the other side, then it's the identity property. So it's basically whatever number is when it's either multiplied by 1 or added by 0, it just has to equal this, like it has to equal the same number. Like if it's 5 plus 0 equals 5, then that's identity because it's still 5. It has to be the same number. So for number 1, we have 4 times 3 plus 2 and 14. Oh, sorry, it was 14 times 3 plus 2 and 14 times 3 and 14 times 2. Now we know that this is the distributive property. Because I didn't go over the distributive property. And the distributive property is basically you do here you have 5 times 2 plus 3, and then you just do 5 plus. Sorry. You have 5 times 2 plus 3, 5, and then on the other side you have 5 times 2, 5 times 3. Basically, you just distribute the 5 to the 2 and to the 3, like that. So for number 1, it's the distributive property because you distribute the 14 to the 3 and the 2. So it's 14 times 3 and 14 times 2. That's how you distribute. So it's the distributive property. And the rest is pretty straightforward as long as you memorize the definitions for each property. Okay, so now for algebraic expressions. So we're given values for each variable. So for number 1, it's a plus 205. And here it says a equals 63. So it's just 63 plus 205. So when you add 63 plus 205, you should get like 268. That's your answer. You just for each of these problems, you just look for the value up here and you just plug it in, and then you just do the math. It's pretty straightforward too. So here you have a equals 63, b equals 150, and c equals 7. So yeah, so you just make sure you plug in the correct number. Okay, so here we have to find the area of the following shapes by dividing into two rectangles. Now here you have two options. You can either split the Okay, so when you solve the area for like a rectangle like this, because if you know how to solve an area, you just do, if you find a number like right here, you just, like, I'll give an example, like, here. This is the length of the side is just x, and the length on top is y. You just do x times y, that gives you your area. So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to multiply the two numbers, but since it's like an L shape, we can't do it. But what we can do is that you can split the shape either like this way or like this way. I'm gonna split it like this way. So basically now we have two rectangles, because that's what you want to do. You just want to split it into two rectangles. And now, so if you notice, this length right here and this length right here will be equal because we split it right here. So this area is going to be 4. And what's 9 minus 4? That's 5. So this area is 5. And then now you can just multiply it. Like 3 times 5, that's 15. and 4 times 8, that's 32. And now you just add the two numbers, 15 plus 32, that's 47. Don't forget your units, so that's the answer. You just split the rectangle, like the L-shaped rectangle, into two rectangles, and then you can just multiply as long as you get as long as like you try to find like each of the values of each length. So just make sure you do that. Like you just want to split the rectangle, and then the rest is pretty straightforward as well. So here for perimeter, it's different from here. You don't have to do any splitting, but what you do have to do is like you have to find the value of each length. So here we're given all the sides except for this side right here and this side right here. And to find these two sides, let's just fill it in like this. So now it looks like a rectangle. So since it's a rectangle, that means we know that since this side and this side are equivalent, so that means the whole side right here, that means we know that the whole side right here is 9. And then we want to, since this part is equivalent to this part because it's like it's just like if you move this line up, it'll just like it'll just make like a straight line right here. So it'll be, so you just subtract 9 minus 4, which is 5. So that's how you get this length. And then here you do the same. So you have a value right here, and this 3, it goes all the way right here. So this is going to be 3 here too. And then it's 8 minus 3, that's 5. So it's 5 both here. So once you find the values of each side right there, let me erase this. So we know, so this is 5 as well. So once we get like each value of each side, we just add them all up. 3 plus 9 plus, oh yeah, so 3 plus, now let's get rid of this 3, because we don't need it. So 3 plus 9 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. Because we have that's all the lengths here. Okay, so just quickly go over, because I don't know if I explained it that well. To get the 5s, you just do 9 minus 4, and then 8 minus 3. That's how you get the values of it. And you just add all the lengths up, which is, so 3 plus 9, that's 12, plus 8, that's 20, plus 5 plus 5, that's 30, 30 plus 4, that's 34. So 34 cm, that's your answer. You just add all the lengths up to get your perimeter. So that's basically it.